Hey everybody, today is Monday, April 29th, 2024. I'm Gene and you're hanging with Uncle. Today we're starting, of course, this is very early in the morning, but that's because we're doing something a little different today and we have a very special guest on the show. First time, and Pradeep, go ahead and introduce yourself and the technology that you have to improve agricultural innovation.
Yeah, thank you so much. Good morning, good evening. This is SS Dr. Pradeep Sapkota from Nepal. I'm the founder director of Sunway Research and Innovation Center, as well as I'm involving on other various organizations across the globe towards the peace and humanity. Well, my background is I did the software engineering and masters in business administration from Nepal, and since 2008, while we I was in the university level, yeah, we started to empower the women group from the communities here in Nepal through technology, through the digital literacy. Because as Nepal is in the developing countries, yeah, most of the people are willing to go abroad, and definitely, yeah, most of majority of the people, the youth, are in another countries. While they are there, yeah, definitely that they also have to communicate with their family. But the challenging is was yeah their family, they have the ICT resources like the computer, internet, and some yeah women group they have the telephone or the smartphone, but they don't know how to use in a proper way. So we started by providing the digital literacy at the time in 2008. And also we thought, because the majority of the people in Nepal are the farmer, even myself, we are doing the farming, but without the technology and also the skill to do the farming is quite laborious, and it is still laborious across the Nepal and other developing countries. And we came up to the idea, what if we integrate the ICT, mean the information and communication technology, for the agriculture innovation, by which we can motivate to the farmer, the youth, women groups, as well as the children, by which they can grow the plant while playing their smartphone or the laptop or tablet, whatever they have. Yeah, that is what we are doing. And furthermore, yeah, I will explain later on. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, this is just a brief yeah, introduction about me. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. I'm curious to know. So, I really know nothing about farming except I can recognize one when I drive by it and go, "Oh yeah, there's a farm." So, um, what you're talking about, like maybe using your smartphone to set up irrigation times, or exactly how will that technology from the smartphone help the farmer? Pradeep?
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. In the globe, yeah, in the world, we can get all the kind of technology, and also in my experience, yeah, there is high tech as well. But those high technology is not easily accessible to the low income farmer, to the rural farmer.
True.
So that's why, yeah. So that's why here in Nepal we registered the Sunway Research and Innovation Center as a social enterprise where we provide the different kind of the training related to the ICT technology, and also we are doing the research and making a prototype. Recently, we made some prototypes like the smart irrigation system, smart automation and irrigation system, smart greenhouse technology, and the robotics and spraying robot, by which the robot can spray the water. And yeah, the smart weather monitoring device which monitor the real time temperature, humidity, soil moisture air pollution, the sunlight, and so on. So that is what we are developing here by assembling the sensor and doing the programming on the base of the Internet of Things and the STEAM, yeah, under the STEAM project. So that is what we are doing. And also we are giving the training to the youth, the farmer, and all the interested stakeholder by which they can think what is the real problem of their society and they can implement those ideas into the reality to solve those problems. That is what we are doing more or less. Not only in Nepal, also in African countries like in like in Kenya, Rwanda, Uganda. I have been there several times. Also last year I was in Nigeria to where I was invited over there to do some projects on the digital literacy and agriculture innovation. Also, we are collaborating with the Dutch organization called One World Citizen in the Netherlands, where I am the country director to the Nepal, and we all are collaborating together, yeah, through the technology. Let's grow the food, yeah, to achieve the sustainable development goals. So we are especially focusing zero hunger. That is the goal number two, and as much as we are working on the agriculture related things, then step by step that makes much more easier to achieve other goals. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so I have a question, Pradeep, and again, I'm not technologically savvy myself. As a matter of fact, my whole show and all this, I give 100% of the credit to my son, Jared, who is a genius in all this. So thank you, son. Little quick shout out. But the question I have for you, Pradeep, is there a central database, or is this standalone? What I mean is each farmer controls their own setup, and what kind of uh, technology or support do you provide for this?
Yeah, thank you so much for the important question. Yeah, well, regarding to the database, yeah, well, I'm trying to set up the own database, but here in Nepal, still we are facing the challenging to get the electronic component and also the database to store the real-time data. But at the moment, yeah, we develop some prototypes. Just for example, the smart irrigation system, smart weather monitoring system, the devices where it can get the real-time data, and that data will store in the Excel form as well as in the cloud.
Okay,
We
that's
already,
good.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, we already tested during the COVID period over here in our research center at the agricultural farm, and nowadays other farmers they are also interested to have that to access that. But we have some challenging. The challenging is in Nepal it's quite hard to get the electronic component and the parts. Also, it is quite a bit yeah, costly in comparison to other sensor like that. So we are also looking how to get those electronic parts and also set up the small lab over here by which we can assemble and we can give the training to the farmers by which they can easily access by themselves. Also, we are talking about the sustainability, but in my view, if we don't use our local resources as much as we can, then there is no any meaning of sustainability. So that's why we are trying to figure out which local resources we can use for those system, what we are doing, and how we can utilize in a maximum way by which we can make much more durability.
That sounds
That
good.
means, yeah,
Go ahead. No, go
that
ahead.
means, yeah, that means if we develop those system in our own research center, then if something will happen damage because these are the electronic parts and the component, sometime it may got burnt or maybe damaged, then the farmer can easily replace by themselves. They do not have to wait the technician. That means that will reduce the time and cost. So in this way, we say, yes, we can create by our own self, by which we can make much more durable, much more customizable, which makes much more sustainability. Yeah.
Outstanding. So I have a couple of other questions, but for that, I think we're going to need our man on the street. So, Brent, welcome to the show.
You guys, great explanation, Pradeep. Thank you for your explanation there. I'll fill it in a little
Yeah.
bit more. So we're trying to automate the farming process. So anyone could do it in remote villages anywhere. And basically, you would have to go ahead and get all the parts together, like he's talking about, provide training materials, provide satellite phone technology to go ahead and set up your communication devices, like whether you're going to have it on Wi-Fi or you're going to go ahead and have it all in-house on a PLC. But if you have a smartphone with you, now you can communicate in your village if there's a problem. Say input A3 goes down. You know that you have that part in your lab because we shipped you that lab. I think we're going to call it lab in a box. So where you're going to go into that lab, we have the training materials already in there for you. If not, you could patch in real time to us. We're going to help walk you through the process. We're going to make it real easy for you to go ahead and automate the process to help feed your village. And then we can start other things, because now if we're introducing these technologies into your community, now we're going to develop you into emerging technologies and train you in it. So we're going to start providing classrooms for you. That's another thing. When you get this lab coming out to you, we would like to see it possibly come out with not just a lab for you to do research in, but also to have a classroom. If you're going to have one of, maybe we're looking at Todd Byers technology right now, some type of solar monolith, that these classrooms could run without any power generation because we're going to have solar technology. We're going to have water, hydro. We're going to engineer a solution for the area that you live in. So we're going to go ahead and figure that out. And that's what, some of the people that are on our group, Todd and Frank, are CBs. So that's what they're kind of used to making solutions in remote areas. One of the areas that we'll kind of be working on would be with climate change. So some of the technology that Pradeep is developing right now will alert people of, say, a storm coming in. So if you're in a remote village now, all of a sudden, Pradeep's climate change technology can alert a barometric pressure drop, and all of a sudden your village starts going ding, ding, like the emergency alert system. Now you know to take cover. There's certain things that we could do to improve the whole process of your life. And this will get into 15-minute cities, eventually, blah, blah, blah. But right now, the concept is a smart village concept. I'll give back the mic to Gene. Go ahead, brother.
All right. Well, thank you for that input, Brent. So I have a couple of questions for you, Brent. Number one, you brought up climate change. Does that mean, and maybe this question should be for you, Pradeep, or maybe both of you can jump in on it, but does that mean you're going to have, like, again, I'm stupid, Doppler radar kind of in this technology? And Pradeep, you mentioned something earlier about cost savings, and explain how that will help and what farmers can do with the reduction in productivity costs. I don't know if I'm like manufacturing that right, but Brent, you go ahead first.
Well, I meant with storms coming in, you could use open source information or open source intelligence to go ahead, and there's predictive weather patterns. So we could be alerting people a few different ways. But another way is even if our alert system somehow is hacked and it goes down, we could still have that alert system within your village just by using simple sensors. And so this is just one part of it. What was the manufacturing question again, Gene?
Oh, I was just going to ask.
Like, how do you manufacture it cheaper?
Well, I was good. My question was because Pradeep mentioned the cost savings of using this technology. What benefit that could have to the farmers and how they could use those savings in helping with
Yeah,
food production.
yeah.
Well,
Let
it's
me
kind of.
explain.
Go ahead. Yep.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, let me explain on about that because you see, just for example, in the market we can easily buy the weather monitoring devices, right, and other equipment. But while we are using, and if that devices get fell down or maybe damaged, then the farmer and ourselves we don't know how to maintain.
Okay.
That means Yeah, that means we have to, there is no other option to wait to the technician to build, to repair, and to buy the new one. And again, if the farmer have to buy the new one, for him, it will be much more expensive and costly. So to overcome that problem, what we are doing is that we develop by our own self according to the needs of the farmer, and then we give them the training. If something will happen, then they can easily repair by themselves by attaching or disassemble or assembling the sensor. So in this regards, definitely we reduce the cost to the farmer, as well as we do not have to wait to other technician. If something will happen immediately, they can fix that system.
Okay. Um,
Think of this too, Gene. If you automate the farming process for that farmer now he's spending less time out in the fields. Now he could actually use his time to manufacture something, make jewelry, do something else to help improve his life and else's life in the village somehow. Um, you if you automate any process, usually there's a cost savings to it. So what would be cost efficient to automate? Well, you would get it with according to the market. Right now the inflation's going up, the price of goods, groceries are at an all-time high. There'd be a lot of ways to actually save money by automating the process right now.
brings me to another
Anyways, go ahead.
question. Yeah. So um, I know this is something we talked about before, but I just have a question on how farmers could communicate with one another so that in these villages, where you don't have just supermarkets where you can walk there and buy whatever you want because it's all there, in these villages that really don't have that kind of access, um, have you thought of like maybe food co-ops, like one farmer grows this, another farmer grows that, we get it together and we help the village? I mean, is um, have you guys thought about that process at all, Pradeep?
Yeah, well, in our experience here in our community, what we are doing is that yeah, one farmer can grow the one kind of crops or the same kind of crops. But while harvesting, yeah, we work all together, and then we have also here the local market where most of the farmer bring their vegetables to sell over there, and also how that device will help them is that in the agriculture field, there is no Wi-Fi and no electricity, right? And there might be the questions how the how the weather monitoring device can work. Yeah, definitely by using the solar panel, we we make the power up, and we give the power to the devices, and to get the data, there is no Wi-Fi in the agriculture field. But to overcome that, we are using the LoRa device. That means a long-range LoRa technology, by which that LoRa one device send the data to another device in between 5 to 10 kilometer easily. Just for example, in the agriculture field, we install the weather monitoring device, let's say the node 1, node A uh, equipment. And that A will have to communicate to another B LoRa device. That LoRa B device have to be somewhere at the home router or the Wi-Fi, by which the LoRa A device will send the data without the Wi-Fi to the B device, and then the B device through the internet Wi-Fi connection to the B device. That B device will send the data to the cloud, and any farmer can easily access the data wherever you are. So that is the system we developed here as a prototype, and now we are looking forward to scale up and install in a different place by which the farmer can benefit from that. During the COVID, we installed in the 4 different places, and we had a very good the feedback from them. Also, if we do, maybe the next time we can do the Zoom call by which I can show the slide how it works, because I have all the reports about
Okay.
that.
That sounds good. Okay. I have a question for Brent because we've talked about improving automation for agriculture, for farmers to be more productive. Um, we talked about harvesting, but what does distribution look like? What kind of system is in place for the people to get, the food from these farmers? Again, is there a co-op idea? I mean, how is that going to work, Brent?
I mean, in the villages, this would be hard to do the co-op thing. You would have to set up and basically develop a smart supply chain to get it to the villages and make sure that those people are being fed that aren't in the main agricultural zone. So say there's a village of 1,000 people, they live in 100 square mile, 100 kilometer radius or whatever. So there might be areas that might be easier to grow these vegetables in this area here, but we would have to set up a supply chain to get them to it. So co-ops are a lot different. Like, co-ops happen all over the world. It's just we think of them differently as Americans, Gene. So
Okay.
what we used to do was that as a farmers co-op all the time, but so you would have to actually, and this is an ideal too for the UN. So if you have refugees and other people, not just people in villages, you need to have a smart supply chain to ensure that people are getting the same nutrient load, so that you're developing them together, that you're in it together. That's what a co-op is. So here in America, you could take this ideal and extrapolate it, right? So we could ship out containers of chickens that produce 1,200 eggs a week right now. You could put them out in your lakes and ponds. You can incorporate through 501c3s, through farmer co-ops. There's actually a site on there. I'll share it with you later, but they help you through the whole incorporation, so that you can go ahead and you can start figuring out organic foods and ways to develop into your community, how to integrate this technology. So his technology, you could be anywhere on the planet. You could be the guy from Nepal, and you could view your crop when you're going and throwing slots down in Vegas, right? Basically. So that's what's kind of unique about it. You're making it easy to communicate. You're using the smartphone as a communication device, almost as an HMI, is what I would call it. That if you're into robotics, you have a human-machine interface, and you know how your cell's working. So you go up to that little thing and you go, oh, zone blah 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 is out. I'm gonna go up to that place and fix the shit. So you fix it. So that's the same thing. Once all these people are developed, that could be any villager. So Zone B could go to Zone C now and help each other because they know, hey, those dudes grow the radishes, the best radishes in a 100-kilometer square area. I'm going to make sure it's done, you know? So that's how you start incorporating people. The more people that get trained, now you pull up your whole country or your whole community or your whole town in America. You do it together, Gene. You go
Exactly.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you're Republican or Democrat. You're black, white, purple, whatever. You
Still
know.
got
But
heat.
if you just do it together, and that's it. And that's what a co-op is. It's people think of this too. They go, "Oh my God, it's socialism." Oh, he's a liberal. Maybe those people are throwing out those words because they want to liberally take your money out of their pockets. They want to go ahead and make sure that you're fed by them and them alone instead of you figuring out how to feed yourselves.
You know,
You
I
know, so
to those Americans who say we don't want socialism, I'm sorry, I'm going off on a little side tangent here. You already
yo,
do. You know, public safety, your police and fire, that's socialist, okay? Your tax dollars go into a pool to pay for your safety. Socialism, okay? And the biggest form of socialism we have in this country is our national defense, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. We all pay for our national defense. So is
yes, we do.
okay. So I'll shut up now. And you know, you're an idiot if you think you don't want America to go socialist because we already are. But I
Yeah,
have one more
we're like a
question.
combination. We're a combination, man. But go
Yeah.
ahead. Sorry.
No, that's not, I just have one more question, and this is the empathy part of me coming out, and this is for either of you. Those people that are less fortunate, how will this benefit them? Like, I can't afford to go buy an ear of corn. How am I going to eat? You know, that kind of thing. Whoever wants to take it.
I guess I'll
Could,
go.
could, could you
So,
please repeat once? Your voice is not clear. Sorry.
oh,
Oh,
okay.
my voice?
Yeah, he was just
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay, so Pradeep, I was just asking, um, how will this help the less fortunate?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, Bond. Please go on, and then I will add after your view. Yeah.
okay.
And we have about
Well,
3 minutes left.
okay, man. Well, I'll make it quick. I'm at obviously by automating the process and communicating globally, and that's what scientists do. Is we come together during times of need, especially global need right now. There is a war brewing, and there's people that are solutions people that are on the ball. You know, that's what we do. So we're trying to go ahead and help you, and we're going to get the job done. I want if everyone's so worried about this and that right now. I just want people to understand that you have people on your side trying to help out the average person daily. And it's not just cops, it's not just scientists, it's concerned citizens globally. And whether you're in a developing country or you're in a developed country, if you're in need, there's solutions, and we try daily to get it out there. And thank you for this opportunity, Gene.
You're welcome. Pradeep?
Yeah. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Definitely. Everywhere we have the same objective. We have the same mission. That is at the beginning of the day and the end of the day, we have to eat. And all the food, they come from the soil. But nowadays, if we ask to the children where does it comes from, majority of the children, they are saying from the supermarket. That's true for them. That's right for them in their opinion because they are schooling by that answer, but actually in the reality that's not correct. Most majority all the food they come from the soil, but still there are so many things we have to do because due to the lack of the skills, the technology, the farmers are not able to make a number of production as they are expecting. So that's why what we believe that by integrating with such technology, the automation system in a scientific way, the farmer can, yeah, easily do more agriculture, and then they can have more production by which they can feed the hunger. Yeah, in this way we can motivate to them. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, and I just want to wrap this up. We're a little bit over time, but Pradeep, if somebody is interested or curious how they can help you or learn more about this, how can they reach out to you?
Well, we have the Facebook page, also the WhatsApp number. Also through my email, they can reach out me as well as through the LinkedIn. But yeah, I think I will share you my contact, Zane, and also Bond you do have. So yeah, you can share to them. No problem.
Okay, thank you very
I'll make a
much.
post about it. I'll make a post about it so people know how to contact you.
Thank you. Brent, you
Yeah.
have anything else you want to close with?
Not much, man. I think we hit it. I'm so glad we finally got this done. Um, and I'm looking forward to telling you more about what we're trying to accomplish right now, Gene.
I would
I'm glad
love,
you. Yeah,
yeah,
we'll get more people on board,
thank you.
and we'll talk about some cool shit, man.
Keep us updated and let us know what we can do to help this project because feeding people is very important to me. So that's all the time we have for today. I want to thank our special guest, Pradeep, and our man on
Thank
the
you.
street, Brent. So remember, everybody, please be kind to one another and treat one another the way you want to be treated. I'm Gene, and I'll see